Right, I thought I'd show you Oven Pride for those of you who haven't used it before. If your oven's in a bit of a state, it's the best thing I've ever found to actually clean it easily. So I'll just show you what's in the box. 1 jar of Oven Pride oven cleaning fluid. That is highly corrosive, you have to be very careful with this. And then that's why you've got your protective gloves. 1 instruction leaflet acting as a warning leaflet as well, and 1 large, very large bag made out of very thick plastic. Okay, I have let the oven get a bit over disgusting to demonstrate this. See the state the oven's in. Now you've got an idea, it's time to sort this out. Obviously the thing that makes an oven look disgusting to start off with are the trays. And if you're doing those with wire pads, you know how hard that can be. Right, well the first thing to do is to stick the gloves on. I've put the support racks into the bag. I've also taken off the rack supports, which are also going to go in the bag. Going to clean those as well. You shouldn't put more than 2 support racks in the bag, but these aren't very big, so I've done these numerous times. They won't make any difference, it'll be fine. Now everything's in the bag, I'm going to add 1/2 to 3/4 of the bottle of Oven Pride fluid. I'll probably add just over 1/2 because the rest is used for cleaning out the oven. Be very careful when you pour this into the bag. Hold the bag upright and don't spill any outside of the bag. If you can, tip it towards the bottom of the bag so it's not splashing over you. If you get anything on you, wash it off straight away. I've now added just over 1/2 of the bottle of Oven Pride fluid into the bag, and the bag has been carefully sealed and I've squeezed as much air out of it as possible. Now what we do is I'm going to fold over the top of the bag. You still have to be extremely careful because that stuff is pretty lethal in there, so we don't want any of that leaking out. Now we will leave this, the leaflet tells you to leave this 2 hours, but I'm just going to show you that it's already working and how powerful this stuff is. That's already lifting off anything that's burnt on. It doesn't waste any time at all in getting to work. The leaflet tells you to leave it 2 hours and then turn it, but I actually find it works even better and quicker if you actually keep turning the bag, but being careful that the bag doesn't open and any of the contents spill out. I'm actually doing this at a ridiculous time in the morning, so I'm going to go to bed and leave this overnight and then come back and deal with it in the morning. You won't be having the oven on when you do this. I'm only doing it to use the light for a second. I'm also going to use the rest of the fluid in the oven to clean that, and what you do is you pour some of that on the oven, on the floor of the oven, and you're very careful with a sponge, working from back to front. You apply the fluid to the oven and actually doing the sides of the oven as well and the back, but not with the oven lit. And then I'll be leaving that soaking overnight and seeing how that is in the morning. Right, very quickly I just want to show you how I'm leaving this overnight. The remainder of the Oven Pride, the part that didn't go in the bag, has been spread around the oven, working from back to front, being very careful, wearing the gloves and applying on the sides, the back, everywhere really. All I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off anything that's gone on the rubber seal at the front, because it is corrosive and it might damage it. It should only be on the inside of the oven. I've also coated the glass part of the door, and I've put kitchen towel underneath to catch any drips. Okay, you can see how the cooker looks the next morning, with all that foam having soaked up the muck. I'm just going to get a bowl of hot soapy water on the floor with a sponge, put the gloves on, because obviously you've still got to protect your hands against the fluid, and I'm going to wipe out that cooker and dry it with kitchen roll. The trays are still soaking at the floor, on the floor at the moment. Okay, I thought I'd just show you me wiping some of this off of the inside of the cooker. A few tiny spots remaining, but not surprising seeing the state I let it get in to actually do this video. And I'll show you just a little bit of the inside, what that comes out like. It's really surprising, the muck that you've got in here without realising it. I think the first time you use this stuff you don't realise how dirty your cooker is until you clean it. Again, just being careful not to get any of the liquid on my arms, because it is corrosive and it won't do you any good whatsoever. Right, I'm just going to continue that, wipe all this out, and then dry it with kitchen roll. I've now wiped it all out with kitchen roll after the hot soapy water, and that is the result. That is seriously how good it is. You'll notice there's a couple of bits, really it's on just on this bit here, but this cooker is 15 years old, and I think just to have that after this product is quite amazing. One thing I should have said at the very beginning is cover your arms. I know I haven't, but you should cover your arms against splashes. I'll just show you the oven door, which is looking pretty good. That is underneath. I'm just going to slot this out, turn it over, and put a little bit of oven pride on the top. Having pulled the glass door out and looking at the other side, it wasn't actually worth using any more oven pride on that, so that's been cleaned off just with a standard antibacterial surface cleaner. That's the inside of the main door and the back side of this. Before I do take these out of the bag, I just wanted to show you the absolute muck it does get off of your trays. See it at the bottom there, it's disgusting. Right, it's time to get these out of the bag very carefully, putting them in hot soapy water and wiping them all over, resealing that bag, trying to get as much air out as possible, and putting that in the rubbish. And that is the end result. One 15-year-old oven cleaned, and very easily at that. I'd honestly recommend Oven Pride to anybody, no matter what the state of your oven is.